Welcome to Important Updates, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an update. Everybody is looking for an edge in the South China Sea. But what most people don't realize is just how close these standoffs come to boiling over every single day. The salt spray tastes like tension. On the deck of the BRP Teresa Magbanua, the air is thick, not just from the heat, but from the looming Chinese Coast Guard ship just a few hundred meters away. The radio crackles warnings, then demands. The Chinese insist the Filipinos are trespassing. But the GPS says otherwise. This is the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. The Filipino captain stands firm. His orders: don't escalate, don't back down. It's a dangerous dance, played out daily in these contested waters. The Chinese ship is bigger, better armed, and part of a fleet that dwarfs the Philippine Navy. The Filipinos rely on courage, international law, and hope that today isn't the day things boil over. This is life in the gray zone, a grinding confrontation meant to wear down resistance without a shot fired. Filipino sailors and fishers live this reality, defending ancestral grounds turned geopolitical flashpoints. The imbalance of power is stark. The Philippine ship stands for resolve, the Chinese for ambition. Every standoff forces Manila to ask, how do you defend your home against a giant? For many, the answer lies beneath the waves, a silent service of submarines, unseen and unpredictable. The daily standoffs are a symptom. The search for submarines is the start of a cure. Why all this tension? The South China Sea is a global superhighway for trade. Trillions in goods pass through every year. It's rich in oil, gas, and some of the world's best fishing grounds. For centuries, these waters were shared. Now China claims almost all of it. The 9-dash line on Chinese maps covers 90% of the sea, overlapping the exclusive economic zones of the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled China's claim has no basis in law. China ignored it. Instead, China built artificial islands, military bases with runways, missiles, and radar. From these fortresses, China projects power, using its Coast Guard and maritime militia to harass neighbors. Filipino fishermen are blocked, oil exploration is disrupted, and naval patrols are challenged. This is salami slicing, slow, relentless pressure to change the facts on the water. China avoids open conflict, betting smaller nations will eventually accept its control. It's a war of attrition, and so far it's working. The Philippines is being forced to rethink its entire defense strategy. The stakes, sovereignty, resources, and the rules of the international order. The question: how to push back against a superpower without starting a war. For the Philippines, the answer may be a new kind of deterrent. Submarines could change the game. The search for a silent service is on. The Philippine Navy can't match China ship for ship. The plan is the world's largest navy, with carriers, destroyers, and a vast submarine fleet. The Philippines relies on aging, second-hand ships and a handful of new patrol boats. Enter the idea of a submarine force, the silent service. Submarines are strategic assets. Their stealth is their greatest strength. They gather intelligence, monitor enemy movements, and threaten from the unknown. For an outgunned navy, striking from below is a powerful equalizer. Even 2 or 3 modern submarines would force China to rethink every move. Suddenly, every Chinese ship is a potential target. Protecting them becomes costly and complex. This is asymmetric warfare, using your opponent's strengths against them. The goal isn't to win a war, but to raise the cost of aggression. The message: push us too far, and you'll pay a price. For a nation defending its sovereignty, that message is everything. Submarines introduce doubt, risk, and deterrence. They make the sea a little less certain for any would-be aggressor. The Philippines isn't seeking dominance, just a fighting chance. The silent service could provide it. The push for submarines is part of the Philippines' long-term military modernization. The Horizon program aims to shift from internal security to defending maritime borders. Repeated incidents in the West Philippine Sea have made this urgent. The Navy has sent officers abroad for submarine training and set up a submarine office to plan for the complex logistics. Submarines require special infrastructure and highly trained crews. President Marcos Jr. has made defending territory a priority, allocating funds and political capital to the project. The plan acquire at least 2, possibly 3 submarines, a realistic starting fleet. This allows for continuous patrols and a persistent underwater threat. The search for suppliers has been careful, with France, Spain, and Turkey considered. But South Korea has emerged as the frontrunner. The reasons are both technical and strategic. The submarine project is the crown jewel of the modernization effort. It signals a fundamental shift. The Philippines will no longer be a passive victim in its own waters. Why South Korea? Its KSS-3, or Dosan-an Changho class, is among the world's most advanced diesel-electric submarines. The KSS-3 is large, with long range and endurance, perfect for patrolling the vast South China Sea. It's incredibly quiet, using cutting-edge noise reduction tech. Its standout feature, a vertical launching system, VLS, for land attack cruise missiles. This means it can strike not just ships, but also targets deep inland, including China's artificial island bases. The KSS-3 design air independent propulsion, AIP, lets it stay submerged for weeks, avoiding detection. Most diesel subs must surface to recharge. AIP keeps the KSS-3 hidden longer. This extended endurance is crucial for stealth and deterrence. For the Philippines, a KSS-3 lurking in the South China Sea is a game-changer. It threatens both Chinese warships and island bases, raising the stakes for any aggressor. The KSS-3 is exactly the kind of platform the Philippines needs. It's a force multiplier in the region's most contested waters. The KSS-3's specs are impressive, but the partnership with South Korea goes deeper. The Philippines already operates South Korean-made jets and frigates, building trust and interoperability. South Korea offers a soft loan package, long-term, low-interest financing that makes the deal affordable. Other suppliers can't match this financial flexibility. Technology transfer is part of the package. Filipino crews will train in South Korea, and local support infrastructure will be developed. This ensures long-term sustainability for the submarine force. South Korea understands the challenges of a middle power facing larger neighbors. It's not just a supplier, but a partner with shared regional interests. Both countries face tough security environments and value sovereignty. This shared perspective makes South Korea an empathetic, aligned partner. The deal is about more than hardware. It's about building a lasting defense relationship. For the Philippines, that's as important as the submarines themselves. How would 2 or 3 KSS-3 submarines change the South China Sea? They'd create a sea denial capability. China could no longer use the waters freely. For a Chinese naval commander, the presence of a Philippine submarine turns every mission into a risk. The threat could be anywhere, forcing China to act cautiously and defensively. Submarines don't need to fire a shot. Their presence alone shapes enemy behavior. With VLS, the threat extends to China's artificial island bases, once thought invulnerable. A hidden submarine could strike these strategic assets, forcing China to reconsider aggressive moves. This is the essence of deterrence, making the cost of action unpredictable and potentially severe. Submarines give the Philippines a powerful bargaining chip. They complicate China's calculations and limit its freedom of action. The balance of power shifts, not by matching numbers, but by introducing uncertainty. For the Philippines, that's a strategic victory. The silent service would fundamentally alter the region's security calculus. The Philippines isn't alone in this upgrade. Its oldest ally, the United States, backs its efforts through the Mutual Defense Treaty. Washington has clarified attacks on Philippine forces in the South China Sea trigger the treaty. The U.S. helps modernize the Philippine military with funding, training, and joint exercises. While not funding the submarines directly, U.S. support sends a strong signal to Beijing. Other allies, Japan, Australia, the UK, France, are also increasing cooperation. Submarines would make the Philippines a more valuable intelligence and security partner. They could gather vital information and join joint anti-submarine exercises. By strengthening its own defenses, the Philippines strengthens the regional security network. The message, no single power should dominate the South China Sea. Acquiring submarines is the Philippines' most significant military move yet. The contract with South Korea is expected soon, but it will take years to build and train crews. The strategic impact, however, is immediate, a clear statement of intent. China will object, likely increasing pressure and economic threats. But for Manila, the risk of inaction is greater slow erosion of sovereignty and resources. Submarines are a calculated gamble, meant to prevent conflict, not start it. By raising the cost of aggression, the Philippines hopes to stabilize the region. The quest for submarines is a quest for peace through strength. A Philippines that can defend its waters is a more confident, stable partner. The silent service will carry the hopes of a nation determined to shape its own destiny. The future of the South China Sea may depend on the success of this high-stakes gambit.